Hello test takers and welcome back to Exam Prep Solutions. Today we have some conceptual questions and we're going to be going over some construction conceptual questions, especially regarding the different build processes for construction projects. So go ahead, try and answer these without me going over the solution first, maybe use parts of the FE manual. However, when it comes to conceptual questions, we know that sometimes the information is not always going to be in the FE manual, unfortunately. Sometimes this is just information you need to know off the top of your head or that you need to learn in your classes. But hopefully when you cover enough conceptual problems, you learn bits and pieces of information along the way that gets you to being able to do well on the test. Anyways, let's go into the problems here. So the first one is the design bid build process can be best defined as. So we've got four definitions here. A is the design and construction of the project are performed by one company who bids for the job at the beginning of the process. B, the design of the project and construction are conducted separately. C is a design is bid for by the design firm who then passes the construction on to a qualified entity. And D, a sum is paid upfront by one company who then designs and constructs the project. So which of these is it going to be? Well, some of these have some similarities in them. We need to think about the design bid build process and its development to understand what the solution could be. So if you're not familiar with the design bid build process, what it's doing is it's outlining a way for one company to conduct more of the design aspect and another company to then perform that build aspect, allowing for more diversity of specialization amongst that project. And so if we look here, A, the design and construction of the project are performed by one company who bids for the job at the beginning of the process. Now, it could be performed by one company, but who bids for the job at the beginning of the process. That's not exactly how it works. So it's not going to be A. B, the design of the project and construction are conducted separately. It could be that. C, a design is bid for by the design firm who then passes the construction on to a qualified entity. That's almost true, not quite, because the company then needs to bid for the build process. So that's almost true, but not quite true. And you need to look for these on the FE exam. There could be questions that it's like 80% true, but not quite 100% true. And so you need to watch out for those. And then D, a sum is paid upfront by one company who then designs and constructs the project. That's sort of like this one and are not quite correct. So B is actually the answer here. The design of the project and construction are conducted separately. So one company designs it, and then there's a bid process for the build, and then a different company builds for it, usually a construction company, and then conducts the construction. And so that is the design bid build process. And you can look up more information on that on the internet. And so here's the second problem. What is not a benefit of the design build process? So this is not design bid build, but design build. And so the four answers here are A, there's one point of contact in responsibility. So remember, we're looking for something that is not a benefit of it. And then B, the design build can be headed by an individual with various industry backgrounds. C, risks and overall costs can be reduced. And D, if the best approach, it is the best approach for tackling complex designs. So which of these makes sense as not being a benefit? So first of all, there's one point of contact and responsibility. That is true. The design build process is usually conducted with one company. B, the design build can be headed by an individual with various industry backgrounds. This is also true. You can have someone who is more involved in construction or design can head up the project. So you can have various backgrounds there. C, risks and overall costs can be reduced, right, because you're dealing with one entity. Then D, it is the best approach to tackling complex designs. D is the answer because this is actually not a benefit of the design build process because it's done by one company. They're not going to have as much diversity of thought or diversity of specializations in that company as opposed to maybe design bid build, where you have a design firm doing the design who has specialty in that region, and then construction who has a specialty in build. This is all done by one entity, and so D is not a benefit. So those are the answers to those questions. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments or there's a problem you'd like to see. Anyways, we will see you guys next time.